Hi friend, today we will discuss about what is hardness and the various tests is done to find the hardness. So what is the hardness? Hardness is defined as the resistance of material to the permanent deformation of the surface. It is a property of the metal which gives the ability to resist the permanent deformed. So when we having some material or something workpiece, it is permanently deformed. So this deformation we can reduce if we give a hardness to the material. So hardness is the that property of the material which gives ability the ability to the material so that it will does not permanently deformed. First one is hardness testing machine. Hardness testing machine is common for all and it is used for the Brinell hardness test, beakers and Rockwell hardness test. Now you can see its various components. It is having a position of addenters that where the addenters is provided, so it will give a dent to the workpiece. Now you can see the items were tested placed here. So the workpiece is placed here on that point and where we will give a dent, and we having a adjustable tools. So this is the hardness testing machines is used for the various hardness testing. So you can now you can see the indenter is pressed into the metals, and because the metal is softer and the indenter is harder, so it will give a indentation. After that we measure its depth of the indentation and its surface area, and we will come to know the hardness of that material. If the material is more harder, so the indentation is less. If it is less harder, then indentation is more. So this first one is the Brinell hardness test. The Brinell hardness test generally having a hardened steel or the tungsten carbide wire. Diameter is generally 10 mm or 5 mm or 1 mm. So that wall will put into the indenters and it will give a dent. So we will use this wall shaped indenters, and it is it does not apply to the thin materials. The wall may deform on the harder materials. If we shoot that wall into the harder material, it will deform. So in this case, we will measure the hardness by measuring the surface area of the indentation, which is given by the Brinell harnessed wall. Next test is beaker hardness test. In beaker hardness test, we generally having a square shaped pyramid indenters, so that indenters gives a more accurate result, and in that we only need to measure the diagonal of that diagonal of the dent which is formed on the materials. So we measure its diagonal d1 and d2, and accordingly we will check the hardness of the material. Next is Rockwell hardness test. In Rockwell Hardness test, we are most common denters, that is ball and the cone. The cone gives a direct reading, so Rockwell B wall used for soft materials and Rockwell C cone used for diamond for hard material. Flexible, quick and easy to use. This wall